Ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaba mtazamaji, niite Cueaso ndani ya chumba cha mahojiano. Na siku zote Waswahili wanasema ya kwamba mwanzo wa jambo unaashiria mwisho mwema wa jambo, na siku njema huonekana asubuhi. Leo ndani ya chumba cha mahojiano tumeweza kubarikiwa na mwanadada shupavu, muite Florence Njeri. Na kiufupi tu nikaweze kuelezea kidogo kuhusiana na mwanadada huyu, ya kwamba Florence ni mwanafunzi wa taaluma ya biashara ama ukipenda commerce student, chuo kikuu cha Kikatoliki cha Afrika Mashariki. Florence ni mwenyekiti mstaafu wa halmashauri ya viongozi wa wanafunzi chuo kikuu cha Cueaso, kwa ujumla ukipenda unaweza ita Cueaso. Alijiunga na chuo mwaka wa 2018 na akachaguliwa kuwa msimamizi wa darasa ama ukipenda class representative. Alipofika mwaka wa pili alichaguliwa kuwa katibu wa kamati ya ustawi wa kiroho ama ukipenda spiritual welfare committee. Baadaye alikuwa mwenyekiti wa kamati hiyo kabla ya kuwa katibu mkuu baraza la wachungaji chuoni ama ukipenda pastoral committee. Na mwaka wa 2021 aliwania kuwa mwenyekiti mkuu wa Cueaso na bila shaka akaweza kupita. Naam, Florence, asante sana kwa kufika kwenye chumba chetu cha mahojiano siku kama ya leo. Hujambo?
Sijambo.
Unajihisi vipi?
Nisikia vizuri. Nafurahia kwa hapa.
Asante kwa kufika.
Asante.
Na nikujuze ya kwamba mahojiano haya huenda yaendeshwa kwenye lugha ya Kiswahili, lakini nitakuia radhi kwa sababu wewe mwanafunzi wa Kiingereza utaweza kuyajibu kwenye Kiingereza, ama hata ukichanganya mambo kama haya yatakuwa ni sawa. Ama unataka kuzungumza Kiswahili? Sasa kwa maneno yako Florence, kwa ufupi tu ukaweze kutuelezea kwamba Florence Njeri ni nani kwa wewe?
Florence Njeri ni mtoto wa kipekee wa mama Purity Neno na Benson Ngai. Hao ndio wazazi wangu walioleta kwa hii dunia kwa majaliwa ya Mwenyezi Mungu. To get here, I was born in Kiambu County. Kiambu County here in Kiambu Hospital last year, but I was brought up in Mombasa from class 3 up to university, and I finished university, so I've been living there. But my high school, my primary life was in Mombasa, and my high school I moved to Nairobi, and campus I joined Catholic University.
Shukrani sana ya kwamba mtoto wa kipekee, the only child. Unajihisi vyema kwa mtoto wa kipekee, mtoto wa mama. Na ni bayana kuwa Florence, uliweza kuivunja rekodi ama tuite mwiko simulizi ya kuwa mwenyekiti wa pili chuo kikuu cha Katoliki ama ukipenda Cueaso. Huenda kwa ufupi tu maneno yako ukaweze kutueleza mikakati ipi uliweza kufanya nini hasa cha msingi ambacho kiliweza kukuwezesha wewe kuwa mwenyekiti wa Cueaso?
So I had the idea of writing in my mind, but my friends pushed me to go for it because I was not decided. I actually made up my mind to buy at the very last minute when I submitted my application form, just a few minutes to the deadline. And the vetting took place, and I happened to be vetted in. After that, I found a very good system. That is, the people who are campaigning for me, they really did much of the work. We campaigned here in main campus. The tactic that we used that really helped us was meeting individual and at faculty level, the delegates. Because there's the normal communal meeting of all delegates, but there's meeting them on one-on-one like we're doing now. So the tactic that I felt worked for me was meeting them as a faculty, like 3 leaders at once from every faculty, and having a one-on-one with them to just find out from your specific faculty what is it that affects you in your faculty. What is it that you think the Cueaso or if Florence is voted in, what would you like her to do for you as your specific faculty? So I felt that it would work for me. And the people who are campaigning for me also helped me, and we traveled to our Eldoret campus. But in Eldoret, we met the whole group at large, all the delegates at once, and we had a one-on-one with them. We found out what the issues they had that they felt needed to be addressed, and all the necessary issues we were able to discuss in a round table.
Na unaweza ona ni mikakati ipi mwanadada huyu aliweza kuweka katika nafasi, ndio maana akaja akawa kiongozi kwa Cueaso, kiongozi sio mzaha na ya kwamba hata ukizungumza na hisi sauti ya kiongozi kweli. Huenda uongozi huu ulianza kule mwanzoni ukiwa mtoto pale shule ya msingi ya upili, ama ulianzia hapa kwenu?
No, I did not start here. I started from primary school. I was a prefect all through. And when I joined high school, I also joined the leadership in high school. When I came here, I did not know I would make it to presidency. As you said, I started in class rep.
Yes. And
grew from clubs. I happened to be secretary of knowledge ambassador, secretary of altar servers, choir. So, and that grew to secretary of overall spiritual movements, chairperson of spiritual movement, university pastoral council, secretary, and now I grew to the chairperson position, which was not really easy, considering I was a female vying against a male, and at that time, it's something that was not really heard of, especially here in Cueaso. The last time we had any female in that top position was way back in 2013. So you see, convincing people that I was capable of doing what a man can do was not as easy as that it was.
Unaweza ona ni jinsi gani ujasiri, ni ujasiri. Unajua zamani ilikuwa ni kwamba wanadada hawakufaa kwa viongozi, lakini sasa hivi tunazungumzia mambo ya kisasa na wanadada kila mahali unaona wakionyesha ujasiri wa kuwa kiongozi. Na siku zote tunasema ya kwamba chungu kuu bila shaka halikosi ukoko. Hili hapa leo chungu kuu tunatafuta ushauri. Na Florence, ya kwamba kwa huu muda wa miaka 4 ambayo umekuwa kiongozi, kwanza pale msimamizi wa darasa, una uzoefu ama una tajriba, ama experience yako imekuwaje?
The experience has been amazing. When you are in leadership, you manage to learn a lot, how to deal with different personalities. And I really thank God I had an opportunity to do peer counseling before I applied for Cueaso chairperson, because during that period of peer counseling, we are taught on how, peer counseling is an offered free course here in Cueaso. So I joined and I was able to do it in 2019. So the peer counseling, we are taught on how to deal with different personalities. And I tell you that really helps, because when you get to that top position, you meet all kinds of personalities. Those who keep quiet and listen, those who don't want to hear anything. So without those skills that I earned from peer counseling, I know it would have been quite hard. But I also had a very good support system. The Dean of Students Office has been very helpful in any issues I had. I always went to them and they would help me understand on how to address those issues that I did not know how to go about them. And I've gained a lot of experience. We also luckily we're able to organize and attend leadership forums where we are taught on how to go about things. You see, managing over 6,000 people is not easy. So once elected in Cueaso, we went for a week. Retreat and training in Eldoret. And there we were taught on how to do budgets. That is in my that is my course. But we also taught on how to do budgets that affect as a student leadership, how to manage pressure, how to balance between studies and leadership, all that, and how to deal with the different personalities also. So we're able to gain a lot of experience along the way. I can promise you don't start with all that experience. Once you're put there, it comes with time, because every single day you get a new obstacle and you have to find your way out of it.
Ya kwamba changamoto zipo katika uongozi, unafanya hapa na pale, inaitwa experience. Unapoendelea kufanya jambo ndo unazidi kupata tajriba kama uzoefu.
Keep learning. Every single day you keep learning and growing.
Na tukiachana na hilo ya kwamba kwenda ni mikakati ipi ama mikakati gani mipya ambayo uliweza kuibua kwenye uongozi wako, ukaweka katika uongozi wako, na huenda inazama tu hadi leo watu wanafuata hizo nyenzo zako na bado they are bearing fruits katika chuo cha Cueaso?
So for me, one of the things I'm really happy about, I remember here, I sit here, I'm a Laudato Si animator. For Laudato Si, really, one of our main objectives is to take care of the environment. And during my period, I and my team have managed to plant a number of trees. And I know you can, as you see in the compound, we were able to buy and introduce some new dustbins from the Cueaso kitty. And I felt like our university, generally the students know how to keep the compound. And I really, it is not easy. Once you visit around, you can see other universities. It might be a challenge keeping the environment, but the people here, they are well mannered in terms of environment. But you can find if that dustbin lacks there, somebody might even get tired of carrying the piece of paper, so you end up dropping it in. So we felt like it was good to add some more bins in the compound. And yeah, we are happy about them. Also, we were able to introduce the interfaculty games. In January, April, the first game started, and we had interfaculty competition. And actually, your faculty, I believe, the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, won the interfaculty games. Our target was to have inter-campus games, but they were to start with interfaculty, so that after the winners for the interfaculty proceed to compete with the winners from Gamma Campus interfaculty games. Unfortunately, it had not been accommodated for in the academic year budget, because you see, before every academic year begins, there is a budget that's prepared for all student activities and everything else. So it had not been featured, because now that means getting a group of students in there, they have to get accommodation and meals and everything. So it had not been accommodated for, but that is what we were going for. Luckily, we were able to meet management and share with them with that idea. So hopefully the team that is here now, or the team that will come after, they will find it already there, so they will not have quite a challenge, because those kind of forums are very important to increase the togetherness between the two campuses.
Ya kwamba huenda uongozi wako, kwa sababu tukizungumzia Catholic University of Eastern Africa, hiki ndo kitovu cha mafunzo yote ya Kikatoliki ama Catholic University. Sasa uongozi wako ama nguvu yako ya uongozi sasa ilikuwa hapa tu ama ilikuwa hadi kule Gaba campus kule Eldoret?
So in Gaba campus, we had, here we have a total of 7 executive members. 5 are in Langata campus and 2 are in Gaba campus. We had a very good communication. We kept having meetings online as executive. They will give us the issues that they are facing there, and we will take them to the administration here. Like there's this one constant problem they had on the bus, and luckily by the time we were finishing the term, we had a bus that traveled and went to Gaba campus to sort out the problem that they had. So in time they used to forward to us but it was still open. So even individual students would call whenever they had a problem, and if it's something we could handle, we could respond. If it is not, we will direct to the relevant person to answer, because you cannot try to fit your leg in a shoe that does not fit.
Ni kweli kwamba unaweza ona ni muunganiko upi uliokuwepo, kwamba siku zote ukitaka kuwa kiongozi mzuri lazima muungane katika kila jambo. Kwa sababu eti ukitaka kwenda haraka nenda peke yako, lakini ukitaka kwenda mbali nenda na wenzako. Na nilibahatika sana kusoma masimulizi yako kwenye makala gazetini. Ukasema ya kwamba unaunga mkondo wa viongozi waliochaguliwa ndio wanaomchagua mwenyekiti wa Cueaso, bali sio wanafunzi ama ukipenda comrades kiujumla. Hebu ukatueleze kiufupi tu kwa misingi ipi unaunga swala hili kwa?
I believe you're talking about the delegate system. This is a whole system that deals with all universities in Kenya. So I feel like allowing the students to vote for the delegates and delegates to vote for the executive from that point of delegates voting for executive, they feel empowered. You see, if I trust you enough to vote for you, I think I can trust you enough to choose someone who is going to lead the entire team.
Great. So
I felt like it is really empowering, because if you're just electing you, then we are also electing. It is a good system also for one man vote, but I also feel like allowing delegates to vote for the executive already empowers them, because that shows that you trust them. You as comrades trust the delegates enough to give them that responsibility of choosing the people who are going to now lead you for that entire term. That is why I felt like it is really a good system, because it actually, I don't know if you're getting my point, but it shows that if you trust me enough to elect me, you should trust me enough to believe that through the powers you've given me, I have the capacity to choose the right person.
Kuchagua mtu ambaye wewe ni mzuri. Ya kwamba mimi nikikuchagua wewe nafaa kuamini, hata ukinichagulia mtu mwingine atakuwa mzuri. Na kwenda umeshakutana na malalamiko hapa na pale kutoka wanafunzi kulingana na huo mkono?
Not really. I have not received any negative notation toward that. I know people have different thoughts about it, but it's an open discussion. For me, that is what I believe in. For one man vote is also key, but the fear with me is that once we have that, at times you might end up not really listening to what the leaders have to offer. Because that becomes like popularity vote. When it is one man vote, that is popularity vote. Meaning, so long as you are popular, you get the vote. It does not matter. At that point, it does not really matter what you have to offer. Because when it is what you have, when it is a few people voting, the people you have given powers to, they listen to the person to find out what is it that you have to offer, not just to me, but to the entire community that I'm leading as a faculty. They listen and they're able to get, this is what he has done for my faculty, so I'm going to vote for him. But if it is just open, that becomes popularity vote. It has its advantages, but also, for me, I stand with the delegate system.
Ni kweli ya kwamba unajua swala hilo limeleta majibu kwa maswali mengi huenda ambayo wanafunzi wangekuwa wanajiuliza. Asante sana kwa kujibu swali hilo. Na vile vile uliweza kudokeza ya kwamba changamoto kuu inayokumba wanafunzi vioni vikuu kiujumla kwamba uhaba wa pesa, wanafunzi hawana pesa za kutosha, mambo kama hayo. Huenda ushauri wako kwao ungewaambia nini? Kwa sababu siku hizi kuna dhana ya kuinama hapa na pale.
What I'd like to encourage you, just share with other students, both here and everywhere, it is to just be proactive. You see, like in Cueaso, we have opportunities like work study opportunities, which you are paid per hour that you are able to work, and you're given a stipend. So I believe that as a student, if you have the initiative to look for such an opportunity and go ahead and work, you'll be able to get something. And also we normally have so many businesses around. It doesn't hurt to go and request, even in a hotel, can I help as a waitress? It doesn't demean you as a person, but it gives you experience, and you're also able to earn something as you continue with the work you're doing on the side. Because if you just sit and wait, I came here for my degree, I came here to study for my degree and finish and go, then you live with only the degree, minus any experience or any learning opportunity on how to get money and use it. Also but that's the main thing. There are opportunities outside here. Even if they don't pay, you cannot. You should not just wait for that 20,000 or as you start. You just start small and you grow with time, slowly. Even if now they tell you you're just starting here, for us we are going to give you 2,000 in a month. You will start with that 2,000. Slowly by slowly you are going to grow to greater heights than just sitting at home and saying, no, let me just wait and graduate so that I can look for work. You see, even in job opportunities, they ask you for work experience and you just finish university. Which work experience do you have if you sit on any talent that you have? We have also seen students here who are very creative. We have students who crochet. They crochet and sell to other students. I know of a classmate who used to cook pilau and bring to classes and sell, and we will buy to support. So you see, there are opportunities outside here. It's just someone to think and be creative, to be entrepreneurial.
Ni bidii, bidii siku zote ya kwamba ukiketi tu hakuna kitu ambacho kitafanyika. Lazima uchukue juhudi na usonge. Ya kwamba nafasi ni nyingi. Hata kwenye Biblia imeandika kwamba mavuno shambani mwa Bwana ni mengi, lakini wavunaji ndio wachache. Jamani, ya kwamba nafasi zipo. Na ushauri wako huenda kwenye kiti mpya ni upi? Ni mambo yapi hukugusia ama hukufanya wewe? Natumai haukugusia yote, huenda kwa sababu ya muda, kwa sababu ya majukumu, hukugusia masuala yote kwenye uongozi wako. Ni mambo yapi hayo hukugusia ili akaweze kushughulikia vile vile ukimpa ushauri katika uongozi wake mwenyekiti mpya ambaye yuko kwenye kiti sasa hivi?
What I'd like to advise him is that 1 year period is a very short period. That is something he should know. Those who are in the position of executive should always know that a 1 year term is a very short term. Before you realize, you already left with 1 semester to go. So the work is not easy. So he should just have hope. There are times you get to the house and you're like, what happened? What happened to me? So he should just have hope to keep going. Some of the things, let me say, I left pending were for here in our university. There is the levelization of the grounds. Luckily, by the time I was leaving, the money is there. It has been set aside for that purpose. So whenever it would get rained very well, he should just push for that money to be released and the funding to be, because the money has been set aside for that. We ensure that it's done. We also left an opportunity. We know some of the challenges our students have been having, especially those in the Faculty of Education, are attachment, teaching practice attachment opportunities. So we left, we had shared with the administration on a way of increasing teaching practice opportunity. That is by, since this is a Catholic university and we have the Catholic institutions in the Diocese of Nairobi, we are able to talk to the management, who ended up speaking to the education secretary in Nairobi Diocese, and they agreed to be giving to students attachment opportunities in every Catholic sponsored school. You see that now is the stress it gives to students to go around looking for school. So that is something you should also just follow up to ensure that as at this coming year, because we finished this term, as at this coming year when we'll be proceeding for teaching practice, that should be fully established. So we should push to have that done. Otherwise, it is being a leader in Cueaso is good. We have very good students. Also the leaders at faculty level.
Huenda swala la chakula kule, bei ya chakula wanalalamika, bei ya chakula.
Bei ya chakula, hali ya maisha pia iko juu, tunaelewa. Lakini I already saw that they are trying to work on it. So maybe they should just continue the same spirit. Hopefully, it shall work out in the favor of the students.
Na mwishowe, kwa sababu ningependa mahojiano haya yakaweze kufika kikomo, lakini hayatafika kikomo kabla hujatueleza hasa changamoto zipi wewe ulizipitia kwenye uongozi wako. Kiujumla tu, wenda changamoto hapa na pale, ukakutana na mtu mambo kama hayo, wenda ni zipi?
Changamoto ni lazima ziwe, especially for me. One of the greatest one I felt was as a female leader. There are those who really did not never accepted that we can have a female president. So even if they were in leadership, you find they were always in opposition, always feeling like, why are we being told this by a female? You see, there are people who have not yet changed their mentality on female taking leadership. Also some other challenges was maybe let's say management of time. That is also a challenge. See, as a student, you're also supposed to balance very well between academics and the leadership also, and also financial. You see, you can get phone calls at night. Someone tells you, Florence, I do not have rent, and the landlord has said he's locking my house. As Florence, where are you supposed to get that money? Because it happens. It happens, and it is a big challenge. Because I am like, from my experience, I will get phone calls and somebody will say I was just in an accident. I've just been rushed to hospital. I need 2,000. Someone else calls. I need some money to clear my fee balance. Another one calls. My landlord is locking the house. They don't have, my parents don't have money at the moment. Please loan me some money. And you see, at the end of the day, they still believe you are there to help them. Now, if you keep telling them, I can't do something,
lazima tu kaweze kusaidia hapa na pale. Ni changamoto sana kwa kuweka kwenye picha ya kwamba wewe pia ni mwanafunzi.
You also a student.
Inakuwa ni changamoto kali, lakini tunamshukuru Mungu kwa sababu alikuwa anatuwezesha. Unatatua. Kwenda maneno yako ya mwisho kwa mahojiano haya kuhusiana na shule yetu, mambo kama hayo mengine. Maswali yako ya mwisho ni yapi tunapoweka tamati kwenye mahojiano haya?
Sasa I joined Catholic University. I chose Catholic University, and I really wanted to join Catholic University because I visited here when I was in Form 2. I schooled here in Nairobi, in the girls' high school, just close by here in Cueaso. So I happened to come here for some singing competition, and I saw the auditorium and the other facility, and I said I want to come to this university. Yes, and also there was one of my teachers was also an alumni of this school, and she kept praising Cueaso. So after seeing and hearing her praise Cueaso, I really wanted to join the university. So I applied to come here, and luckily by God's grace I was called here. And I can say from the time I joined here, I have never for a moment regretted being a student in Cueaso. So my experience has been wonderful, both as a student and as a leader. As a student, lecturers have been able to show up to class, have attended my lectures very well, and I also graduated. So it is also not easy that to find that you joined school the same time. I joined school in 2018, and I've been able to graduate within the time that I was to graduate. Because I know some of my friends who we joined school the same time, but because of that COVID break that we had, they did not study for a whole year. Yet here in Cueaso, we picked up online learning immediately during the COVID, and so I've been able to graduate within the time that I was to. So the rest, you see, some of them are still behind, trying to catch up so that they can graduate. So maybe they might, by God's grace, they might graduate last year, but I'm happy to have graduated within the time limit that I was to finish.
Wow, Mungu ni wema siku zote. Na mtazamaji ndo anasema ya kwamba kilicho na mwanzo siku zote kikosi mwisho. Na ndo Jumamosi pili mahojiano yameweza kufika kikomo. Na tungependa tu kuambia kila mmoja kwamba wanafunzi waje katika chuo kikuu cha Katoliki. Hapa kuna mambo mema, mafunzo ni mema, ustadi ni mwema. Mimi ni Cueaso kwenye mahojiano. Sina la kuondoa na sina la kuongeza. Asalamu alaykum.